Good morning, this is Jack from Chartered Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 25th of July. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn for it, transfer it to your own chart. I'm not here to any signals. Hey, Michael. All right, let's get started. Okay, Bitcoin. We're seeing a bit of a retracement today, and we are testing the main support level, which is, of course, the daily middle band. I've got that at 116377, and we are marginally below it at the moment. This is obviously, well, this is a very, very obvious area to find support, of course. On the hourly chart, we've got a nice looking rising wedge here. I am wondering whether this is a bull flag forming, and I've drawn in a very, very tentative trend line. But if this is a flag forming, we could, of course, go lower, and we do have a very obvious trendline target if we can spend enough time below the daily middle band, down here in about the 109k area now. All right, looking at Solana. Solana, when I wrote my post, I was talking about a retracement from here at about 206.40. This has been a little more enthusiastic than I was hoping for. We have, bear with me a moment, I can just update. All right, we've got well below the RSI 5, so we're not going to get an RSI 5 sell signal, but we've still got plenty of room above the 50 level on the RSI 14, so a retest of this high would still set up a nice looking RSI 14 sell signal, if not the RSI 5 one I was hoping for. All right, so we will see how that goes. I am thinking that obviously we're not close to the daily middle band here, but I've got this rising support here in about the 170 area, and the daily middle band is at 171.28. I'm thinking that's a double target, and we may well go and get that. Looking at the hourly chart, that's a significant level here, because in terms of the overall pattern here, if you have an IHS which is broken up, the important level to look at generally is the bottom of the right shoulder, and that's here. This is the rising support from there, so obviously I'm watching this with interest. If we see a break below it, then this could be a sign that we are topping out on this move and we're setting up for a double top on a retest of the high. So watching that with interest. On the 15-minute chart, this is the obvious trend line here, and we've not overthrown it. So if we do go down here, test this trend line and go up, we could be heading back towards this resistance trend line on the upside. But any kind of a pattern getting established here is obviously not that encouraging for the head and shoulders going a great deal higher than this, so we shall see. All right, looking at Ethereum. Ethereum on the daily chart, we've got pretty close to the IHS target here at 419.05. Close enough, though I'm leaning towards making it. We've seen a bit of a retracement here. We've got down below the 70 level on the RSI 5. So on a retest of the high, we can set up a very nice looking RSI 5 sell signal and a weak RSI 14 sell signal. Looking at the hourly chart, do we have an obvious overall pattern here? Yes, quite a nice looking megaphone that looks as though it's overthrowing slightly. Could we be retesting the high soon? Yes. Yeah, we could, because, hang on, just update the chart. I'm sorry, they've changed the format here and it makes it slightly harder to update. We're actually not that far from a retest of the high. This hasn't retraced as much as Solana has. Possible head and shoulder forming here, maybe, but that's if we don't retest the high, which looks like the obvious next move. We shall see. So well, I'm expecting to see at least a retest of 3859, but then I would like it to see it go up another 150 points to retest that major high at 419.05. And I think there's a pretty good chance it's going to do that. All right, great. In that case, I think it's a wrap. Have we got any questions? Nope. Yeah, morning to you too, Mike. And have a really good weekend. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you again on Monday morning. Have a great weekend.